Good morning, Oklahoma. Welcome to Cow-Calf Corner. Our topic this week is when to assist with calving, and we dig into that a little deeper by addressing the 3 stages of bovine parturition. And understanding those 3 stages and what goes on in each is helpful when deciding if we need to assist a cow or heifer in the process. First stage, basically, is a little bit of dilation of the cervix. This can happen over hours or days. We may not notice this happening, or we may notice that cows or heifers have kind of separated themselves off from the herd. Perhaps they've lost a little bit of appetite. We may see a mucus string hanging from the vulva. Again, it can be a very deliberate process or something that happens pretty quick, but typically is easy to go unnoticed. Stage 2 is the actual delivery of the calf. And this is kind of where the action's at, so to speak. Stage 2 officially begins when we see presentation of the water bag at the vulva. And when we see the presentation of the water bag, we always say that's when we want to start our clock. There's ample research that shows that with a normal presentation of the calf, a mature cow is going to calve within 30 minutes of when we actually see the water bag. Now, a heifer that's not as large in her pelvic area and has not had a calf before can take up to 60 minutes after we see the water bag to actually calve. And so those are timelines to keep in mind. If we're looking at a mature cow, after we see the water bag, we should expect her to calve in about 30 minutes. A heifer can take up to 60. Stage 3 is actually shedding of the placental membranes or shedding the placenta. That's usually going to happen within 6 to 12 hours after the presentation of the calf. If we ever see retained placentas, we don't want to get aggressive in trying to pull those out. That is a topic actually for next week when we talk about how to address retained placenta in cow herds. But if we actually see that for a few days, we may want to administer some antibiotics or get in touch with our vet. So, back to this process of stage 2 and how do we decide when we need to potentially assist with calving. Keep those timelines in mind. And if we see a cow or heifer that's not making adequate progress, or even one that looks like we're not seeing a water bag, but she's been struggling and straining for a while, we're probably going to need to do a vaginal exam. We want to keep cleanliness in mind. We want to be gentle. We want to wear protected gloves, OB sleeves, have lubricant, some kind of cleanser. And when we go in, if everything is normal in the presentation and the cervix is fully dilated, we're not going to feel much of that cervix. We're going to be able to feel the front feet of the calf. We should feel the split between the front toes on top, the dew claws underneath, and right behind that and above those front feet, we're going to feel the nose of the calf. If we can palpate and get a little farther back, the spine of that calf is going to be directly below the spine of the cow. That's how we're going to confirm we have a normal presentation. If the water bag is still intact when we go in and do that, we've still got some time to potentially give that heifer or cow the opportunity to have that calf on her own. If the water bag is broken at that point, we're going to need to proceed with actually manual assistance in getting that calf out. If we've got an abnormal presentation, we know that that vet-client relationship is critical at times like this. We're going to want to get in touch with our veterinarian because we may need assistance there. So that's a little bit on when to decide if we need to assist with calving, the 3 stages of parturition. I hope this helps, and I hope nobody has to pull a calf this year during spring calving season. Thanks for joining us on Cow-Calf Corner.